Hey there. Welcome to the next section. Here we will discuss emergency funds. So what is an emergency fund? It is money you have saved up in a safe place to pay for unexpected expenses, or if you suddenly lost your income. These include expenses such as a car accident or if your child got sick suddenly. So why do you need an emergency fund? Imagine you are in an accident and your insurance excess is $5,000. Now imagine your kitchen catches on fire and costs you $10,000 to repair. On top of that, imagine you are in a global pandemic and you are retrenched. Now imagine these all happened at the same time. How long would you survive? Most South Africans have little to no savings and would not be able to survive major financial setbacks. An emergency fund provides you with a safety net if any of these things should happen. It means you won't have to take loans or get into new debt. It will give you time to find a new job if something happened, as you can keep paying your bills with your emergency fund while you job hunt. How do we create one? Start small. Did you cut back any expenses yet? Put that in your emergency fund. You should build your emergency fund and retirement fund at the same time. So split the money you are contributing so you do both at the same time. The first target is to save 1 month expenses. You can find this amount in the budget lesson. This is a massive accomplishment as most people can't survive a single month without a salary. The next target is 3 to 6 months expenses. How do you know which? If your life is high risk or it will be tough for you to recover if you lost your income, aim for 6 months. If your life has little risk and you can recover quick financially, 3 months is a fine target. This really depends on you, and how much risk you want to buffer against. Where do you keep this important money? Your emergency fund needs to be in an easy-to-access account. But not so easy that it can be used to spend on silly things. Your friend's planning a last-minute holiday is not considered an emergency. Try and keep it separate from the account which you use to pay your bills. Most banks let you have a savings pocket, use that. Try to find a savings account with a good interest rate that you can access within 24 hours. If you are not good at saving, go for a 24-hour access account. It gives you time to think whether the expense is really considered an emergency. If you have a home loan with an Access or Flexi facility, keep the money in there as it helps lower your interest, but you still have access to it in case of emergency. If you don't have a home loan and your emergency fund is quite large, a money market fund might be the best idea. Avoid investing this money as you can't predict the stock markets. The stock markets could be down when you have an emergency, so you will have less money available. What happens when there's an emergency? Use money from this fund to pay for it. This is what it is for. When things are back to normal, contribute back to your emergency fund until you get back to your original amount. You can cut back on some other savings and investments while you refill this fund. Having an emergency fund and contributing towards retirement are two key tools in being financially resilient no matter what the world throws at you. Stay tuned for the next lesson on busting your debt.